Danielle Patterson Winningham. Hey, Damaris. And this is Inspiration, Income, and Influence. And hey, Liz. We've been doing 70 days of prayer, and I know I'm not early, but I wanted to still wrap in today's topic. And today, we're going to be talking about diligence. But diligence is not necessarily what you think according to the Bible. A lot of us think that diligence is, I'm going to just try and try and try and try. Hey, Kyle, and eventually something's going to work. But that's not necessarily the right way to go about things. I'm not saying don't be consistent. But at the same time, at some point, you got to tell yourself, if something is not working, I've got to do something different. Thank you, Mo. Good morning, Pamela. Hey, Bernicia, thanks for sharing. So if you haven't shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. And today we're going to be talking about who moved my money, what to do when the economy shifts. And it's right in line with diligence. And let me tell you, good morning, Teresa, why it's right in line with diligence. Because if the economy shifts and you don't do anything to change what you do in business, your business is going to shift down with the economy. And that's the truth of the matter. I'm not sure how many of you have come from corporate America and you remember the book, Who Moved My Cheese? Good morning, Russia. And in Who Moved My Cheese, there were two mice. And every day they went to a particular place. Good morning, Mama Carolyn. And their food was just automatically there. But one day they went and the food was not there. And they went the next day and the food was not there. And they went the next day and their food was not there. Hey, Peaches. Can't wait for you to start class. Hey, D. Marie. Miss Rosemary, you in that poll. Y'all loud. Good morning, Unruly Calls. Hey, good morning, Terry Lynn. And so one day they went and the cheese was not there. So they went the next day, it wasn't there. They went the next day, it wasn't there. They went the next day, it wasn't there. Good morning, Aisha. And finally, one of them said, let me get up and go somewhere else before we starve. Now, the other mouse kept going back to the same place. So you could call him diligent. Good morning, Lori. Or you could call him ignorant. Because at some point, when you've done the same thing over and over, good morning, Resume Workshop, good morning, Boutique Belle, good morning, Lilyisms, and it's not working, you have to resign yourself to do something different. So diligence is not necessarily beating yourself over the head with the same hammer. If it's not getting through to you, if it's not working, you got to be resigned to do something different. I'm going to give you an example. Authors. And again, if you haven't shared the video, make sure you share the video. Thank you, Shirley, for sharing. Good morning, Tisha. Good morning, Brenda. I'm going to give you an example. Authors. What happens when you launch your first book is everybody around you that knows you is excited. Oh, my goodness. You're an author. And so you're going to sell a ton of books. But then what happens with your second book is that they've already bought one book from you. They've already supported. The people that bought that first book may not necessarily buy that second book. And so if you don't have a strategy on hand to be able to get in front of your target client and sell that second book, what's going to happen is you're going to feel the shift in your economics. And if I could just get business owners to understand that, it would make the world of difference in your business. Let's talk about real estate. I'm not sure how many of you remember. All of you should. All of you should remember the economic downturn of 2008 when over 1 million American families lost their home in that 1 year. And what happened was real estate agents were struggling within that period. And very few of those real estate agents, very good. Congratulations, Resume Workshop. Hey, Precious, good morning. Very few of those real estate agents pivoted. And what a pivot is a fast move around. And because of their unwillingness or inability to pivot, many of them lost a lot because they didn't change the way they did business. And that's what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow night. I'm doing an amazing live presentation in Dallas. And if you can't make it to Dallas, because I know how tough it is for you right now, I've not only made the tickets only $19, but you can join us virtually. Good morning, Felicia Day. Go to bit.ly/Dallas Millions. Because tomorrow night, I'm going to teach you how to pivot. I know you feel the shrinking economy right now. If you're in business, I promise you, what people were spending this time last year is totally different. Good morning, Felita. Than what people are spending this time this year. How many of you agree about that? How many of you agree that if you're in business right now, you can tell the difference between business right now? I'm telling him, tell the people at the bank. Goodness, boy, when you got children, I promise. He at the bank panicking. I'm telling him I'm online, baby. So I see you guys agree that the economics for this year are totally different than the economics for last year. And so what happens is you've got to come up with a different strategy, because if you keep trying to do the same thing that you've been doing, yet that was number one. The organic reach on Facebook is super low. It is super low. If you posted something this time last year and got 50 likes, right now you probably getting 10. How many of you feel that? Say me. And guess what? The organic reach on Instagram is just as low. Nubian Transcendent, can you fill out the form? bit.ly/SM call with DW, or inbox me on Instagram. Thank you. The organic reach on Instagram is just as low. So if you don't have a different strategy to get in front of the changes, you're going to lose money. So I'm going to give you some stuff to deal with. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing live coaching. How many of you want your questions answered live about what to do in your business? How many of you would like your questions answered live? It's going to be a live in-person presentation. It's $19. And if you don't get something out of this presentation to help your business over the economic hump, and you sit and you pay attention, I'm going to run you your $19 back. So Liz, let me know how that works for you. Liz said, I was thinking of different strategies this morning. That's another thing that we do. We don't invite outside opinion, because sometimes we don't know what to do because we're too close to the situation. So tomorrow during the event, I'm going to be answering your questions live. Now, if you'd like to speak to me one-on-one about which of my programs would be best for you, go to bit.ly/SM call with DW and schedule an appointment. Otherwise, go to bit.ly/Dallas Millions, Dallas Millions, bit.ly/Dallas Millions. If you're in Dallas, you can buy your live ticket at that same link. If you're in the DFW area, you can attend live. If not, you can attend via live stream, because I'm going to be answering your business questions too. Think of this as a live coaching session with me, a live group coaching session with me. And I promise you, you're going to need to be there for what I got to say. Because the thing is, don't starve doing the same thing. So number one, a lot of us, when things change, we go into this, hey, good morning, Lisa. We go into this, Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. What am I going to do? In an economic downturn, you don't have the time to throw yourself a pity party. You don't have time to blow up the balloons. You don't have time to bake that pity cake. You don't have time to put those pity decorations up. You don't have time to write out those pity invites. You don't have time to throw yourself, good morning, Lee, a pity party when things start to get tough. They say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Good morning, Deborah. And so the thing about when the economy starts to shift, we already talked about what's changed. We know the Instagram and the Facebook organic reach is different. But let me tell you what else is different. This time last year, people had their income tax checks. Somebody say, preach, coach. This time last year, people had their income tax checks, and you just got to be honest. You just got to be honest that it changes the way that money moves. People come out of Christmas, they fill up a recession and an economic downturn are very similar. We're not going to mince words, but an economic downturn is what happens before the recession. Before economists will admit, and y'all, come on, I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. Don't let the bald head fool you. Let me start there. So if you're new to me, let me give you a little bit of my lineage. I am not only a master life, master business, master sales, and master performance coach. I spent 16 years in the banking industry. I left JP Morgan Chase as a vice president. So just a little bit. So when I talk about money and economic downturns and recessions, I know what I'm talking about because I sat up under the money and watched money trends, how people behave with money. I watched it for years, firsthand. So an economic downturn is when the economy is about to go sour. You see the stock market. You see how the stock market was way up and just killing the game. And then all of a sudden, the bottom started to fall out of the stock market. That's one clue. The jobless rate, that's another clue. The way this income tax money is moving, that's another clue. There's so many clues. The real estate market, that's a clue. There are so many clues to when you're about to experience an economic downturn. But we as small business owners, we feel it first. I'm going to tell you another clue. Walmart, Michael Kors, Payless, Nordstrom's, all closing a multiple of brick and mortar stores. That was a clue. Another clue is mall closings. If you look in your neighborhood and see how many mall closings, that's a clue. Toys R Us closing, that's a clue. When you see major retailers closing their doors or either shuttering the doors of some of their brick and mortars, you can best and believe that the economic forecast is changing. So as business owners, we should not only see it first, but we're going to feel it. We're going to feel it first. Another thing you start to see is people spend less discretionary income. So if you work in a restaurant business, you're going to see less people during the week. People are going to start to cook at home more. If you work in a makeup or a fashion business, you're going to see that people start to buy less fashion, buy less cosmetics, the discretionary things. People start buying less cars. You can see it on the automobile showroom floors. And again, if you have not shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. And that's another thing we've got to realize, Sharon, is trends. Because that's not so much an economic downturn as that is a trend. Because with Amazon out there getting everybody's money, including the grocery stores, what does that mean for grocery stores? That means less jobs. Hey, Simply Beautiful. Hey, sis. That means less jobs. Then you have trends like automated fast food restaurants. They launched the first automated Amazon store. So things like that are trends that we as business owners not only need to be aware of, we need to plan for, and we need to know how to be able to adjust for. So that's what we're doing tomorrow night. It is a live study session. I'll be live on the floor answering your questions in Dallas, Texas. Again, because I understand what you're going through, I reduced the price to $19 for you to attend live. Go get your ticket now. Go get your ticket now. Don't make my consideration a mistake, because I said to myself, I know people need this and I want them to come. And let me tell you why I want you to come. I want you to come because I don't want all of you. It's a little selfish reason, right? Can Coach be a selfish? It's live stream, but if you're in Dallas, you can attend in person. Can Coach be jealous? Can Coach be selfish? A little bit. Just say, go ahead, Coach. If I can be a little bit selfish, say, go ahead, Coach. So not only is it, Philip, if you're in any business, you can benefit. Not only, and there's international phone numbers on the Zoom link. Not only am I already hearing it from my clients, I don't want y'all individually in my inbox as stuff starts to get bad saying, Coach, what can I do? See, a good business coach can tell you what to do when things get bad. An amazing business coach is going to tell you when to get your umbrella before it starts raining. Can I get an amen? See, a good business coach will say, put your raincoat on, get your umbrella, it's raining outside. See, a great business coach is going to say, build an ark. Look at your neighbor and say, build an ark. See, a great business coach is going to catch you before the flood comes, before the rain comes, before the overflow and the overwhelm. So guess what? I'm giving you an opportunity to build an ark. Now let's talk about that ark thing. We know how it went for Noah. And if you haven't shared the broadcast, share the broadcast. We know how it went for Noah. We be seeing it. They laughed at Noah because he built an ark. Don't be that naysayer. Don't be that person that's like, nah, I'm not going to spend $19. And you see you in work study, you guys have to invest too, because it's a live event. It doesn't come under your courses and virtual workshops. Don't be that person that's like, nah, I ain't going to spend $19 because, my business fine. And that's the problem that we have. We wait, good morning, India, until the floors are flooded to get flood insurance. We wait until it's been raining 10 days to build an ark. We cannot exist like that as business owners. Not if you want longevity in your business. You should already be feeling the pinch of everything that I just said. Everything from the social media landscape shifting to the whole political landscape has changed. People are uncertain and unsure. And you should be feeling this in your business. And if you're feeling it, take advantage of my gift. Go to bit.ly/Dallas Millions. Sign up for the live stream presentation tomorrow. And we're going to be answering questions live, answering your business questions. You should walk away from this presentation with an economic foolproof strategy for your business. You cannot continue to say, oh, it doesn't impact me, because before long it will. The biggest problem is that number one, hey Darius, we can't tell ourselves the truth. Good morning, Chantel. We hate the truth. Or like your boy Jack Nichols said, we can't handle the truth. So we don't want to know that our business ain't doing as well this year as it was, or that business is a little bit. We want to be in denial. And denial is just like that river in Egypt. It will drown you. You got to look at yourself and say, am I in denial? Daniile. Am I in denial about the state of my business? Because being in denial will drown you. So that's part one. You got to say, am I in denial? Number two, thank you for the super hard, Chiquita. People hate change. Even change that's going to save their life. So if I'm over here in the water and the water is about to start boiling, I'm going to hate to get up and get out of that water because I hate change so much. But if you hate change that much, you should not be a business owner, because business is the epitome of change. And what I did today to generate revenue, it may not work for me tomorrow. I may not feel like doing it tomorrow. So we as business owners have got to be honest about being willing to change in business. And let's go back to diligence, because that's my prayer for you today, that you be diligent in business. But diligent doesn't mean, and if you haven't shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. Diligent doesn't always mean working my hardest. Diligence means working my smartest. I'll give you an example. You can work hard all the days of your life at your job, and the chances of you being able to earn $1 million a year at your job is slim and none. So diligence is not always the answer. But you can come over here and work 5, 10, 11 diligent years in your business. Hey, Shalonda. And the chances of you becoming a millionaire become much greater. You got to ask yourself, am I working hard or am I working smart? And the sad part is sometimes we would rather work hard. I don't know, Darius. All of them crazy. Yep, bit.ly/Dallas Millions. If that doesn't work, let me know. A lot of us would rather work hard than invest in help to save us. And that's a hard question. Check that link for me, Chiquita. See if it's Dallas Million or Dallas Millions. I can't remember. And that's where we are. That's where we are as business owners. We would rather sink and drown than invest in help. So again, it goes back to that whole who moved my cheese. When the money starts to change in your business environment, are you willing to change with it, or are you willing to starve? Let's talk about coaches. The business environment has shifted tremendously for coaches. I'm gonna equate coaches to plastic surgeons. And I read this article the other day. When plastic surgery first came about on the scene, the whole Botox, the whole Brazilian butt lift, the whole tummy tuck, the whole breast augmentation, there were very few plastic surgeons who were certified to do it. And that meant supply and demand. Oh, okay, I don't know what it is, Mimi. They may be working on it. That means from a supply and demand perspective, they could charge more because they were in demand. Once the trend caught on and everybody and their mama ran out there and got their plastic surgery certification, the prices started to drop. Same with coaches. The very first coaches that got started, they can charge whatever they want for whatever they want. They don't even have to have results because they were first. And people will run to them because they were first. Anytime you're the first in an industry, you do much better off than if you're not. And so the coaches who are getting in now have to have a totally bit.ly/Dallas Millions or without an S. The coaches that was getting in now have to have a totally different strategy than the first coaches that came on the scene. Speakers, same thing. When, there used to be corporate speaking contracts for $5, $10, $15, $20,000. But when you go through an economic downturn, those corporations, they used to spend all that money on speakers and training and outside consult. They don't do that anymore. They tighten their belt, and that is one of the first things that go. Let me see. Los Angeles media. With your 3 followers, friend, and you're going to talk about I was bald, but let me tell you, Los Angeles media, maybe if you grow some hair, you'll get some followers. Just trying to help you. Because you ain't got but 3 followers, friend. So while you throwing slugs, maybe you should spend your time and energy getting you some followers. Because if you ain't got no followers, you ain't got no money. Just square business. Hey, Tamira. Girl, yeah. Yep, Liz, comfort will keep you stuck. Gracious T, sometimes you guys just got to let them have it. Hey, Butterfly Lady, welcome. Sometimes you just got to let me tell y'all something about bullies. I am not a fan of bullies. Whether it's virtual bullies, whether it's in-person bullies, but this whole internet thing, hey Paula, has given people more power. Because that same thing he said to me just now, he would not say that to me in person, and he definitely wouldn't say it to me in person with Troy standing next to me. So don't get bold now because you behind the keyboard, friend. I just be wanting to let them know. Because it's a lot of people, listen to me, y'all, scared to live stream because of bullies. It's a lot of messages not getting out into the world because they scared of going live and people messing with them. So anytime I run into a bully, I let them know, fool, I can get a wig. Can you get some sense? You could call me bald 16 times to Sunday. It ain't gonna fade me because I can get a wig. Can you grow some sense? And see, Mystical Unicorn, don't hide your voice from the world because of them bullies. Don't do that. Because at the end of the day, the people that you were put here to serve, those are the people that are going to be hurt. And if you go live, fool, tell me when you go live. I got your back. I sit in that audience, and if they throw a brick, I throw one right back. Girl, I don't worry about them coming for me for being heavy. Baby, let them come for me for being heavy. I can lose weight. They can't lose dumb. See, you gotta, let me tell you something. And I know this is a sidetrack, but I gotta address it because it's on the table. You gotta love who you are. Yeah, let Van know, Chiquita. Let Van and Chris know. You gotta love who you are. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm not saying I'm perfect and that it ain't nothing that I can't, fix about myself. But when it's all said and done, we all got something. See, you can see mine because I'm bald and fat. What you hiding in your closet? 2 children? What you hiding in your freezer? Some bodies? See, we all got something wrong, and it's going to manifest itself in some shape, form, or fashion. See, you can see mine. What you doing? Hooked on drugs, drinking at night? What you doing? What's in your closet? Because there ain't no perfect people. And you right, Samira, the ones that judge the hardest had the most mess. But I'm going to tell y'all like the Lord saith. The Lord saith, He who is with amongst us that is without sin, let him throw the first rock. Baby, it wouldn't be nobody throwing no rocks. There'd be rocks everywhere. Wouldn't be nobody casting no stones. So I don't play with people like that. Every now and then, when they come into the broadcast and they wanna get with me, I bust open their profile and tell them what they should be doing with their time. With your 3 followers. Ain't nobody following you but your dog and your mama. They get away from me. Anyway, guys, it's critical as business owners that when we see an economic downturn coming, that we shift. Thank you, Butterfly Lady. I received that. When we see change coming, that we don't hold on to what was and we move forward. And that's my prayer for you today. Things change, but things change for a reason. He said, I have a question. Did you really work for Chase? Tell me, why would I lie, baby? Out of all the jobs out there. No, G. Jones. See, you came in late, G. Jones. Mind your business. He came in here and he called me fat and bald. And so my retort to him was that instead of him worried about me being fat and bald, he needed to go grow his followers. See, you came in late, boo. You came in late. No, I wasn't the CEO. See, that's what I be talking about, y'all. That's what I be talking about. You come into a conversation and you don't understand. So no, that's what that was. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. I got a ton of stuff to do. Don't forget, they said the site is having an issue right now. But make sure, hey, Yolanda, make sure you guys are there tomorrow. No, you good. bit.ly/Dallas Millions. We're going to shift the economic forecast in your business so that you can be ready regardless as to what business brings you. All right? Love you guys. Have a great afternoon.